So we are back here with another video, man, and we're just going to be talking about the whole Yao Ming situation because it has absolutely evolved over the last couple of days. You know what I'm saying, man? So we had Troydan rip some of these packs, right? The All-Star packs, and that was on Friday, right when the packs came out. Everybody saw how long it took for him to complete this grind, as well as how much he spent, which I already made a video talking about that already, but it kind of seemed like everybody to me was on the same page of like, this is blasphemous, which I was too. I thought people overreacted a little bit because I think that there was other things that should have been being talked about besides that. Um, but everybody was kind of on the same page that it seemed like that no one should do this and no one is going to do this. But for some reason, over the last few days, and this is what makes it really interesting to me, because if you were going to do this, why wouldn't you do this right when the packs dropped type of thing? And there's a few different reasons behind that, which you guys probably know already. But over the last few days, we've seen Kilzamoy, Ty, Kerr, and some other less known people rip just 51 bucks after 51 bucks for Yao. So first of all, let's talk about um, Kerr. And Kerr is obviously, if you're not on Twitter at all, if you only follow my team on YouTube, like I get it because I was there for a few years, but he's probably the biggest my team guy on Twitter. Gets like the most engagement and everything, right? And there's some really interesting conspiracy theories going on right now with Kerr because when he started doing this, I kind of thought to myself that this isn't really something that Kerr would do. Like he was with the player over profits movement, and he doesn't seem like somebody to me that would fold and open up these type of packs. And then I went onto Twitter and I saw Lethal talking about this conspiracy theory that Kerr sold his Twitter account back when he kind of said that he was quitting and then he came back randomly. People think that he sold his account, and I actually think that this is true. And let me explain why. So I went looking through his feed, and he showed all of his pulls that he showed out of his 51 box, right? But he didn't show any of his pulls in his collection or anything. He was trying pretty hard to, not post anything where his username was showing, because everyone kind of knows what his old username was. And he just posted the pulls on Twitter that he was getting when they were like in the pack so that his username wasn't visible. All that was visible on the screen was the 5 cards that he got out of that specific pack. And he did that a few times. And also over the last month or so, Kerr was never a person who would post pictures of himself. And there has been a ton, like one of them's legit. It was when he made an auction house sale back in like 2K22 or something with for like 21 million MT. That one has been posted like 5 times, which is really weird because in the first few months of this cycle of my team, there was no pictures of him posted at all. That picture specifically has gotten posted like 5 times, and then there was a couple others that have been posted that were very clearly edited, like he was just cropped into them. And so after seeing these couple things, I think that it is very likely that Kerr did sell his account. Because I kind of already had a little bit of just thinking like he's acting a little bit different, but maybe, still kind of acting the same, whatever. There was like a very slight thought that like this is kind of interesting. But now after this has been called out and I've looked at those few things, I think it is very clear that somebody else is running that account now. Which some of you guys might not care about, but I think that it is extremely interesting. And I don't think that the real Kerr would have done this type of thing. You know what I'm saying, man? So anyway, whatever you guys want to think about that is whatever you guys want to think about that. But I just thought that that whole thing was really interesting, so I wanted to talk about it. And then Kilzamoy, I'm not really sure why he went for Yao. Because, well, I kind of get it. He's one of the biggest creators. He is very good. He's way better at the game than he gets credit for. But because of the region that he's in, is he really going to have a chance to win King of the Court? You know what I'm saying? So, like, is it really worth it? But, like, he is a pack ripper, so I get it. He's got the disposable income to do it. I understand it. But then we move over to tydebo, and Carlo already made a video about this. Yes, it's a good investment for Ty to get 100 overall Yao, right? Because he wants to have the best team in the game. He's going to get the best chance to win King of the Court with Yao, with the best team in the game. He's going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage, even though he'd still win if he doesn't have Yao. So, from the surface level, I completely get that. But there are a couple things with it that kind of bother me. Everybody is just saying this is a good investment because Ty is just using money that 2K has already given him, so he's really not giving them money, which is completely untrue because the money that he's getting from King of the Court is coming from AT&T, who sponsors King of the Court. It is not coming from 2K. So all of that money is going into 2K's pocket that is being spent by these creators, which again, that is not good because it is going to encourage them to do this again. So that's why it's not good that people are folding and ripping for Yao. And that everyone is saying that, and that is just completely false. So I got to call that out. And second of all, with Ty saying on Friday, he was the one who ranted probably the hardest about Yao and kind of preached the hardest along with JC2K that nobody should be doing this. And yes, you can argue this is the best investment. Like, he is the person where this is probably the best investment. And I completely agree with that. But what if somebody has like a ton of disposable income and say that they've got, six figures or they make over six figures a year, just a stupid amount of money. Say that somebody just has a stupid amount of money because there's a lot of people like that play this game. Say that they want to go ahead and get Yao, but they shouldn't. That's what he's saying, is that nobody should do this. Same with JC. What if them getting Yao doesn't really put much of a dent into their funds or net worth, and it makes them happier every day to wake up with Yao? That is a situation where I don't see anything wrong with it. And that is why I kind of talked about in my last video, like, you can't just say nobody should do this. Because there is some people where I feel like it's okay to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the game. People are going to do this. You can't just say nobody, especially if you are going to do this yourself, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the fact that it is the best investment for you yourself, probably, it is still hypocritical to tell nobody else to do this. That is just my opinion. I think that's what Carlo's trying to get at, and I do agree with that standpoint. So, yeah, I don't think it's good, man. I don't think it's good that people folded, and I don't know why people folded. Like, it comes off really weird to me because it's like, did people see troydan go through 12 hours of hell and pink diamond shake after pink diamond shake, and the whole stream, especially towards the end, was like really depressing in my opinion. Did people see that and then just think, oh, that looks like fun, I'm gonna do that too? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but let me know what you guys think. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, as well as leave a like on the video, man. And with all of that being said, I will see you guys in the next vid.